Once upon a time, in a quiet little village, there lived a boy named Ryan. Ryan wasn't like the other kids. While they ran around, playing and helping their families with work, Ryan preferred to take things easy. Some called him lazy, but Ryan liked to think of himself as smart. Why work harder when you could work smarter? Every day Ryan helped his father in the rice fields, but his task was simple: chase away the birds that came to steal their crops. Most people ran around waving sticks or used slingshots, but Ryan had a different idea. He tied ropes between wooden poles in different parts of the field, so all he had to do was pull a string from one spot, and the whole field would shake. The birds would fly away, and Ryan could lie down and relax. His father often worried, "What will happen if I fall sick? Will Ryan ever be able to take care of things?" But since Ryan always got his work done, his father never scolded him. And summer disaster struck. A terrible dry season arrived, and Ryan's father became seriously ill. For the first time, Ryan had to manage the fields alone. He tried his best, but he wasn't used to such hard labor. The crops suffered, and soon much of their harvest began to wither. That night, Ryan sat under the stars, feeling helpless. If only I had worked harder before, he thought, guilt weighing on his heart. Now, my family's hope is slipping away. The next morning he heard an announcement in the village. A royal soldier stood in the town square, declaring a grand competition at the king's palace. The winner would receive a chest full of gold. Ryan's eyes lit up. This could save my family. Without hesitation, he stepped forward. The villagers burst into laughter. Lazy Ryan, competing against the strongest men in the kingdom? What a joke! But Ryan ignored them. He had 3 days to reach the palace, so he set off at once. When he arrived, he saw his competitors, strong, muscular men who looked like warriors. Ryan gulped. How can I beat them? The first challenge was revealed. They had to cross a vast lake, and only the first 3 to reach the other side would move to the next round. At the sound of the horn, everyone leaped into the water, swimming with all their might. But Ryan stood still, watching. Then, an idea struck him. The challenge is to cross the lake, not swim it. He sprinted into the nearby forest, gathered broken branches, and quickly built a small raft. Using another piece of wood as a paddle, he pushed himself across the water. While the others grew tired from swimming, Ryan steadily glided forward. One by one he overtook them. By the time he reached the shore, he was the third to finish. Against all odds, he had made it to the final round. The last challenge was announced the next day. Each finalist was given a massive wooden block, and the task was simple: push it 1 kilometer to the finish line. Behind them lay an assortment of tools, but they could only choose one. The first contestant grabbed a rope and started pulling. The second chose a lever to move his block. Ryan, however, didn't rush. He examined the tools carefully. I can't win by using strength, he told himself. I need to think smarter. After a moment, he picked up a small knife. The crowd gasped. A knife! How will that help? They whispered. But Ryan didn't waste time. He began carving his wooden block, shaping it into a perfect sphere. An hour later, while the others struggled to push their heavy blocks, Ryan simply rolled his wooden ball forward. With every step, he gained speed, effortlessly catching up and then surpassing his opponents. The crowd erupted into cheers as Ryan crossed the finish line first. Against all expectations, the so-called lazy boy had outsmarted them all. Ryan returned home not only as a winner, but as someone who had learned an important lesson. Laziness alone won't get you far, but if you find the right motivation, you can achieve anything. From that day on, he worked harder, using both his intelligence and effort to secure a better future for his family. So, if you ever feel lazy, find a reason big enough to push you forward. Whether it's for your family, your dreams, or just proving others wrong, let that be your driving force.